Hello again, golfers, and welcome to the 21st episode of Inside the Ropes, a deeply personal journey with Scottie Walnuts, a PGA Tour 2K25 course showcase series. I'm your host, Scottie Walnuts, and today we're checking out a brand new course called Heritage Atlantic, Maine by the designer Shane 2 Sweet. Just a reminder that we film these episodes live on Twitch every Tuesday night beginning at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you're very welcome to join us live on Tuesday nights, and the link for that is below in the description. So, as the name of the course reveals, we're in the state of Maine along the Atlantic coast, and this one features holes both right up along the coast with green sites right out on the water, as well as inland holes. Being close to the coast, it has a sort of windswept appearance, and you'll encounter tall grass and other forms of trouble if you veer too far from the playing area. So let's take a look at the designer description. It's brief. It says, golf course in Maine. It is fun, hopefully. Well, Shane 2 Sweet can confirm it is fun, and we're going to have some fun out there along the Atlantic. And there's two sets of tees. There's a white tee at 6,737 yards, and a black tee where we'll play from at 6,927 yards. So not especially long of a golf course, although it is a par 70. Just a reminder, we're on TGC Tour's Platinum Tour settings for our rounds, which is Legend Swing difficulty, and we use a default ball, so we'll get a sense of how the course plays on the difficulty played by the best players in the world. And if you enjoy the showcase, remember to smash that like and subscribe button, and leave a comment to let me know what you think of the course and the round. So, all set up at Heritage Atlantic, Maine here. Tips pin 3, medium winds to the northeast, and the defaults here are very firm on the fairways, extremely firm on the greens, and green speed default fast. Heading on out to the first tee. All right, opening hole par 4 here. Nice sort of creek right off the, sort of river leading out to the bigger body of water out there. 366 yard par 4. We're off the first tee up in Maine here. It's going to leave us 92 in. You can see sort of pop bunkers here. Nicely crafted, very smooth. You can see some very New England sightings of the fishing boats out there on the water, clubhouse, little church, little community up in here. Quiet New England lifestyle. We got the playground there for the kids. Love that. All right, 92 yards in. More examples. You got the bunkers there, and then you got the fishing in the neighborhood, and exemplifying the level of detail both on the course and off the course in the surroundings. Second hole is a par 3, 115 yards. Just gonna flip a wedge on there if you can. Another closer look, you can see out there the boats on the water, and from the angle of putting this, you can see the neighborhood that we were just looking at up there. 9 feet for birdie. 498-yard par 4. It's a long one. It's into the wind as well. Beautiful shot of the water down the left-hand side there. And just a beautiful terrain. Love the color, love the texture, love the consistency, the thickness. Real natural areas there out on the water. Yeah, exactly. Pretty good tee shot. Still leaves us 172 yards. And we can see to get to our next hole, we'll have to cross this bridge here. But right now we got 172 yards remaining. Got 5 feet for par here. Green's rolling at 192. Slippery, but we're okay there. That bridge we were just looking at, there it is on our right-hand side. We got 215 yards. It's uphill. We got beautiful old New England house on the rocks up here, up on the water. Houses. 215 yards uphill into the wind. That's a tough one. Right, just reminding myself, yeah. Green's extremely firm. So they're bouncing on extremely firm, rolling on 192s. Haven't been burned yet, but a couple of cautionary scenarios that we just navigated there. 553-yard par 5, downhill with the wind. Right on out there, 386 yards. That's actually, especially with the tailwind, going to leave us a short iron or a wedge in. Probably a 9-iron situation here. Some of these balls, especially with a little bit of tailwind, and they just don't want to stop on the extremely firm. 37 feet, though it is for eagle. It is for eagle. Birdie on the par 5 fifth. This golf course has charm. All the way around it. It's got that charm. It's got New England charm. 483 yard par 4. And the bunkering really sort of splits the fairway there, and you got to make a decision. Or in this case, consider whether it's realistic just to bomb a power drive over it all. Let's give her a shot. An inch short, and that probably doesn't clear the lip of that bunker that we just hit the ball over. 163 yards on the approach. Leaving us 12 feet. Moves one way at the feet, moves another way at the hole. Birdie on 6. 149 yard par 3 7th hole. With that red slope just right in front of the pin. The key is going to be putting the brakes on this shot. And we'll make our par there. Tricky one. Coming to the par 5 8th hole. 514 yards. Not the longest par 5 in the world, but you still gotta earn it. Still gotta earn it. And in some way we have both. If this was a left to right wind, it would suit the shot quite a bit better, but the other possibility is taking it right over that, but I'm not sure if that was the most wise play. Let's give it a try, though. Yeah. Sort of subconscious pull there to keep us out of that big man on the right that we were trying to get at. But all in all, 149 yards remain on a par 5. And thanks to the tee shot, we're playing this one a bit more like a par 4. It's 7 feet. Not an easy one. But the eagle will drop on 8. Ninth hole's a 405-yard par 4. Very narrow green. Looks like sort of average depth, but very narrow. You can see the design tempting you to sort of take it right there. Cut a few yards off on the angle for the second shot. And then the key is not to roll too far as we did there. It's tough to do both those things with the tailwind. But we got 91 yards in, and you can see here, beautiful clubhouse area. Putting green, or sort of, you got a bunker facility there. And lots of people out on the patio. And you can see they're down there as well, looking through the glass. And beautiful like fountain with the flowers there. People in the parking lot, standing around in the parking lot. Very neat. And make the chip there on 9, making the turn, 6 under, and we will hop into that clubhouse, and then we will be right back with you on the 10th tee in just a moment. All right, back out here on the 10th tee. Looks like a fun hole. It's 284 yards. It's a par four. It's downhill, and it's got opportunity. This green sitting out there on the water, and with that also comes a certain level of danger. And that's exactly what we're referring to as far as the danger goes. And you can see that ball. It doesn't stop. That's not. I thought there was some heavy rough there, and I think there is some heavy rough, but then it's also pretty bare in some areas. And then you just roll right on down. So you gotta be very careful. Just as we weren't right there. We paid the price for it. Laying way off of this 3-wood now. After that previous experience. And even a putt like this, like around 192s, this is gonna run out on us. Once we get sort of the exact precise number. Tricky. I think we handled that with some level of responsibility. And so we make the bogey despite the stroke and distance penalty. And it's funny because I recall in episode 19, that exact scenario is the 10th hole following a blemish-free front nine, and the exact same thing happened. Water, 3 off the tee, and then making the bogey. History repeating itself on the 10th hole there. We got a 408-yard par 4 11th hole, right to left and up the hill. And 13-yard approach here, uphill into the wind. Not a bad number, just a bit of a pull. 17 feet. Hole's a par 3, but it's 267 yards. It's going to bring 3-wood into play on the par 3 here. I think 3-wood will be the play on the par 3 here. Give ourselves a little chip there that doesn't quite roll up to the cup. Couple more rolls. And we might have had it, but we'll take the par there on a long par 3. .417-yard par 4 13th hole coming back down towards the water. Leaves us just 73. Leaves a tricky little partial. And you can see even in front and behind and at the pin, this extremely firm green is going to try and kick you right off there. It's a good thing we're coming in with a 60. Hey, what's up, Aaron? Appreciate you coming in. 12 feet back up the hill, not a bad leave. Back on track on the back 9 here. And we got Surge coming in with the raid on the back 9 here in episode 21. And we also got Baron coming in, dropping the primer. Big things happening on the back 9 here in episode 21. Appreciate that raid, Surge. Appreciate that sub, Baron. We got, is it Zedek coming in with the follow? Welcome on in. Well, appreciate you coming in here. Thank you for saying hello and on across, Surge. We have a 503-yard par 4 14th hole here. Long one. Appreciate that, Surge. It's going to leave us 194 yards into the par 4. Choke up on a 5-iron. Leaves us 23 feet. Around 14. Heading to the par 5 15th hole. It's 589 yards. It offers sort of 2 avenues off the tee with obvious Risks and rewards of the shorter path being more narrow. A little bit more room on the right, but you'd be coming in from further. See if we can't take some distance off of this hole. Leave us 224 yards, pretty with the water there. Don't want to speak too soon by saying that water's not in play, but with this pin, you would hope not. You can see possibly this is an absolutely massive green as well. You can see how it would play very differently with a pin up here or a pin back here or wherever that may be. But whether it's in play or not, nice look out over the water here. 224 yards. Leave us a little chip back up the hill. Chip that looks back out over the water the other way. Same with this putt. And we'll make the birdie on the par 5. Par 3 16th is 164 yards. Just slightly up the hill, but with a little bit of tailwind. Gonna take a 9-iron here. Bit of an awkward shot there, but that was our tee shot that we can thank for that. It's gonna leave us a tester for par 14 feet. A little bit finicky here, moves both ways. These 192s, you just gotta be really careful. And we'll save our par. Seventeenth hole is a 323-yard par 4. I think the thing you want to be careful, and we got caught by this once in this round already, where it just rolls off. And even though there's a bit of a color of heavy, if you catch it on a spot, where, and then all of a sudden you're right down in the water and you're taking stroke and distance because there's nowhere to drop and the whole 9 yards. So that's the danger. Doesn't stop us from taking a pretty good rip, though. And we'll have benefited from that first bounce in the heavy rough, and it's still going to be too much. Only question is if we stay up at all, or if we're all the way down to the... So actually, at the end of the day, if you can keep it right there, then you're in decent shape. But imagine we didn't get first bounce in heavy rough there. Imagine a number of different ways that could have played out that were less favorable. We'll make our birdie though. Coming to the concluding hole on this par 70 golf course. Nice final look at the clubhouse there and surrounding areas. 496-yard par 4 uphill. Not a short closing hole. Fun looking pin to try and get at. Although doing so will depend on getting one out there in the fairway. See clubhouse on the right-hand side as you approach. It's 163 yards to this pin. That we were just talking about. Testing out the limits of this helping slope here, and if it doesn't come down, and it's not gonna, we're gonna be right on top of it. We're gonna be putting down on 192s. It does chill out with some room to spare in front of the hole, though. It's still gonna be a very quick putt, very quick. Picks up all sorts of speed, and that one didn't miss by much. And we're in with the par on 18. One last look at the clubhouse. We'll take one last look at the scorecard. We were 6 under on the front 9, only managed a 2 on the back, bogey on 10 there, eagle on 8, and at the end of it all, it's an 8 under, 62. Watching another edition of Inside the Ropes, a deeply personal journey with Scottie Walnuts. If you enjoyed the show, remember to hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment to let me know what you thought about the round. Remember, we're live most evenings on Twitch with golf and sometimes other sport and story games, and we film these episodes in front of a live studio audience on Twitch every Tuesday night. Link in the description. TM high, and let 'em fly.